Alright everybody, it's Alan Thomas aka Shad Assassins, and I'm getting ready to do another tutorial today, this time on a simplistic way to draw a human eye. Just basically an eye drawing tutorial. Now, I already have one that I've already drawn ahead of time. What we're going to do is draw a new eye, and I'm going to do it in a very simplistic way that you'll be able to get the handle of, or get a handle on yourself. So let's get started. First, get my colors right so I can do this. Okay, what I'm going to start out now with is, as you can see here, here's the finished product. But what we're going to do this time is simplify the shape of that eye with just excuse me, simple shapes. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to mimic, just draw all over this for a second. I'm going to mimic all of this right here with just some quick and easy shapes. So get rid of this for a second. What we're going to use right now is some triangles and a circle. That's basically all we're going to use. And we're going to draw an eye. And we might have sort of like a teardrop shape as well, something sort of like this. Get to that in a second. So to start off with, let's say the shape of the eye we were going for was something along the lines of this right here. God, that's a jacked up eye. This right here. We could almost break this down and make this easier on ourselves by looking at it like this. So essentially, instead of focusing on the actual eye shape before we start, which is probably why it came out the way it did, we could look at it as drawing the eye sort of this way. Now, with this shape, we can then go around it and just sort of round the shape out, as you can see that I'm doing with the blue. And you already have the outside shape of the eye. Now, to go further inside the eye with more detail, the actual eyeball is always going to be a perfect circle no matter where it is. You're not going to see an eye with a shape like this or any offsetting like weird shapes or anything like that. The eyeball inside of the eye is always going to be a perfect circle. Now where it lies is depending on where the eye is looking at. So there may be something like this, or you may have a case where it's actually sitting within the eye itself, and you may have one of these. It all depends on the eye itself, but for the purposes of this, let's just entertain the thought that it's inside the eye. You have this, and you'll also have this center part. Don't get me lying on what the actual technical term of this is. And that's pretty much the basis of what your eye is going to look like. So bringing this back up, if we were to try this again, and I apologize for all this coughing, I don't know what's going on right now, but if we was to bring this up again and sort of, let's see, I'll actually bring this down some, bring that down some, and now we'll actually draw the shape of the eye itself. Use a bigger brush for this one. Wrong layer. And just draw the basic shape that we had for our eye. Go inside the eye now. Get the actual eyeball. Get the center portion of the eye right here. And we already have the basis for our eye. Now zooming in for a second. Come in and shade this to make it look like an actual eye, and that's pretty much the simple part of what we have here. So starting the shading process, let's say we just started with the inside of the ball here. So shade around the outside of the eye. Let's make this kind of dark. And just find an area in here. Around the black dot in the center. Like I said, I'm not sure anymore what that technical term is called. Not going to worry about that now. Now I'll come back and just go ahead and shade all of the inside of the eye. And slightly down here at the bottom. Intersection of the eye there. Should usually probably be pink, but I did this in black and white for whatever reason. And come back in here in the center and make this area predominantly white. So actually, before I do that, I'm going to shade this in with gray a tad bit more. Just so you can actually see the highlights. So, alright, that's better. A highlight there, maybe a highlight in the inside right here. And slightly on the white area right here. Now we have the inner portion of the eye there. Can just start shading or doing detail outside of the eye. So then we can do simple stuff like this. Why is nothing showing up? Oh, I don't know why my brush is so heavy today. Alright, hold on. Oh, that's why. Pass these two out. Let's try this again. Alright. Alright. And if you want to and go extremely crazy, especially if you're drawing like a female eye or anything like that, just adding in long brush. Adding in eyelashes if you want it. I'm actually going to get rid of all these because it's a very thick brush size. Alright, that's better. And just add an eyebrow or whatever on top. And in practically no time you have a human eye. Now note all that just came basically from this. Those three shapes got us here and led us to this. So keeping things simple, you can still get, or keeping things simple rather, you can still get amazing results if you have no idea where to start drawing an actual eye. So that was just my little tutorial today. Go ahead, start practicing eyes if you want to, and just remember to keep things as simple as humanly possible when drawing and make it easier to see what you're doing. Alright, I'm out.